Hello and welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I am Stevie B, happy to have you all with us. I got a fresh pot of coffee that's just brewed and we have a lot of information to cover. I have switched back to my old headset. I seem to have the sound problem fixed, so let's get right to it, guys. Today I want to give you all the information that I currently have about DSEC 9, the area that is fairly newly developed on Monria. So if you come to Monria, I am actually at the Yog Pit right now, where I've been looking for the second chapter for the Horns mission. You can come to any teleporter on Monria, go up here to the drop down menu, and you can select DSEC 9. Now, DSEC 9 is a very small land area on your map. It's pretty big once you actually get there. There's only two teleporters. The one that you're going to have first off is going to be right here. It's just going to say DSEC 9. The only other teleporter, which you will have to fly or teleport or get to unlock, is completely diagonal of it on the map over here at Terminus. So right now I want to start by going to the starter area, and I will warn you guys up front, DSEC 9 was not designed for low-level players. It was not designed for new players. It is quite brutal. The mobs here hit like a Mack truck, even the small ones. So this is the first DSEC 9 teleporter you're going to get to, right? And it's kind of cool looking even with the graphics on low. So you're going to want to talk to this lady over here. And see this building? You're going to see these buildings a lot. There's several of these all over DSEC 9. Inside of these, there's two floors. You want to go up to the second floor, and there's an NPC standing there that you're going to talk to. Now, between talking to these two NPCs, they're going to give you a mission to find radio towers. It will give you a waypoint to the first radio tower, which is over there-ish. You'll fly over there, you'll interact with that, and then it'll fly you to Outpost Alpha. The building looks just like this one. Again, when you get there, you'll get the little completion on your mission, but it won't give you a new waypoint. When you get to the outpost, go inside the building, go up to the second floor, talk to the NPC there. Then it will give you a waypoint to the second radio tower. Go to that radio tower, interact, it'll take you to another outpost. When you get to that outpost, again, go in, go up to the second floor, talk to that NPC. It will send you to two more radio towers, and then finally to Terminus. When you get to Terminus, there will be another building like this that you will go in, go up to the second floor, and you will talk to another NPC. That will complete the Fix the Radio Towers mission. And again, guys, you can find this on the forum at virtualsense.eu/forum. There's a really good walkthrough on it. The only part that I couldn't figure out from the forum was that you had to keep going upstairs and talking to the NPCs to get the next waypoint. I finally figured that out. So here we are at Terminus, and there is the building where you will go up to the second floor up there and talk to that NPC to end that mission. Now, when you talk to him, he's going to send you to Pam. Pam is over there in that building right there where it says DSEC 9, back behind me. Now, Pam is going to give you a mission chain that's going to send you all over. She's going to make you go into the little thing back behind her, and then she's going to make you come check out the engineering building, and then she's going to go make you check out this thing over here, and then this thing over here in the hangar, and then this little robot over here, and then interact with this little gizmo over here, and then back to the engineering building, and then back over up here to the balcony, and then down here to the hangar, and then back to her, and it is a cluster of a mess. And again, there's a walkthrough for this on the forum as well. Now, once you've done that, about 3/4 of the way through, there's an Otis bot over here in the corner, and you'll have interacted with him once at this point, and you'll have the option to either put the USB in him or not. Now, I put the USB in him. I like how it progressed the story after that. I like how the mission chain went after that. I don't know what happens if you don't put the USB in him, but I do know that it gives you a different set of objectives to do, and the storyline takes a different route. So, personally, I put the USB in him, and I was very happy with the result, because I feel there's something that happened that is helping me later on that might not have happened had I not put the USB in. If you know what happens if you don't put the USB in, please let me know. So the reason I tell you guys all this is to get you up to speed, because after that is what's important. So after that, you will have a laptop and an access card. Now, to get to the crossover chain between DSEC 9 and Tulun that eventually leads to the crown that was recently discovered, that's an unlimited item that gives you 15% skill gain for crafting, you have to upgrade your laptop to a level 2 laptop, then level 3, then level 4. I'm trying to currently upgrade mine to a level 3. Now, at the same time, there's something very unique about DSEC 9, and that is while you're out hunting the mobs, any mob has the potential to drop an unlimited DSEC 9 armor part. Now here's the interesting thing. The armor for DSEC 9 has an upgrade chain that takes it all the way to perfected. So here's the cool part, guys. Over here in engineering, there's 2 NPCs directly in the door on your right. The guy on the left over here, he takes broken parts that you loot from mobs. And it's not broken armor parts, it's broken parts of RAM, broken like 1 gig, 4 gig, 16 gig, 1 terabyte RAM. He can take those, and there's a mining mission. You do the mining mission, you turn in the broken part that you looted from a mob, and you turn in the stuff for the mining mission, and he can upgrade that part. Well, those are the parts that you need to upgrade the armor later on. So how do we find those broken parts? Well, if you talk to this lady here, she will give you the broken parts mission, and it will start a 2-hour timer. So for 2 hours, as you hunt, mobs will drop the broken parts that he will then fix, that you can then use to upgrade the armor. Now, obviously, upgrading armor all the way to perfected is going to be very expensive and time consuming, and getting the armor in the first place is going to be very hard. It is a very, very rare drop. The reason I'm telling you this is you can do the upgrade laptop mission and the find broken parts mission at the exact same time. Now, like I said, the broken parts mission, once you click her, you've only got 2 hours to go hunt. Now, there's no countdown timer, but at the end of that 2 hours, it tells you your shift is over. Thank you. Broken parts stop dropping from mobs, and it tells you to come back tomorrow for another shift. You don't actually have to wait a full day. It's a 5-hour cooldown between missions. So you can get this mission, do it for 2 hours, and then there's a 5-hour cooldown, and you can do it again. So you can essentially do it like every 7 hours, right? So I wanted to get started, and I will explain as I go why I am doing some of this. So let's go ahead and get my broken parts mission. All right, ready. So I've got 2 hours to go. I'm going to pop into my quad, and then we will go from there. So the reason I say this is not a new player-friendly area, guys, these mobs hit like a Mack truck. Even the level 8s, they hit something fierce. I mean, it's bad, bad, bad. Yesterday, I was trying this for the first time, and I just got shredded. It was unbelievably, unbelievably bad. So, that said, I looked at the armor that drops here in DSEC 9, and when you first get it, it protects against like electric, acid, and cold, all the special attacks, and it doesn't actually protect against the basic attacks until you get it like all the way to perfected. And once you get it all the way to perfected, if you get it to perfected, it's got some ridiculous protections on it. So even the level 6, 7, 8 mobs were just shredding me to pieces, even with ghost armor. That leads me to believe that they are mainly using dodge, not evade, because my evader is like level 38, my dodger is like level 32 or 33. And also that they're doing some attack that is not necessarily quote-unquote normal, right? So as you can see, there's another green dot here with me already. So the reason I'm coming here is I'm looking for the level 25s, the little Generation 1 Otises, which we will find right there. So these things are most likely doing, I thought it was electric. I've talked to people, I think it's shrapnel that they're doing, which actually would make vigilante armor kind of ideal, especially if you have the plates for it. I'm currently using the LR45, and you guys know I do not like using big guns because I do not like skilling really, really high because of Mayhem. But I was trying to use the LR40 FEN Limited yesterday, and at 63 DPS with an amp, I was having a lot of trouble. So I figured I'd switch over to the LR45. This seems to be doing a little bit better for me. I was literally having to FAP every single time I killed one of these yesterday. It was really, really brutal. It was bad, bad. It was all bad. It was no good. I felt like a total noob. I haven't FAP'd as much in 2 years as I FAP'd yesterday at DSEC 9. I'll put it that way. And as you can see, we've got people here that are much, much, much higher level than I am. Hold on 1 second for me, guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry guys, I got a spam call. I wanted to be sure that wasn't something important. So I have not FAP'd nearly as much in probably my entire career as I did yesterday at DSEC 9. It was really bad. I'll put it that way. So definitely, if you're going to come here, be sure that you have proper gear. Be sure that you're not coming with like a TT weapon or an LR-10. LR-45 seems to pretty much be the bare minimum that I'm going to need here. Now, I was using the LR-40 FEN limited on some of the level 12 and 13 mobs, and I was doing okay. The problem was they were just shredding through me yesterday, and I mean bad. The level 12 and 13 mobs, I only had to FAP once every 2 to 3 kills, so it wasn't as bad as with these guys, but they were still just shredding me. I mean, my health is, I'm at half health now, quarter health. That never happens, and now I'm having to FAP. How often do you guys ever see me FAP, ever? I mean, they just shred through you. So with Ghost Armor on, that tells me that they're most likely using shrapnel. I've heard that from somebody else. I was thinking it was electric, but apparently shrapnel seems to be what I'm being told. That could be wrong. But needless to say, you're going to want appropriate armor and you're going to want appropriate plates. So why are we doing this? Well, a couple reasons. Number one, obviously, if we can get the armor to drop, which the armor is looted from the mobs here in DSEC 9. If we can get the armor to drop, then obviously that is a win in and of itself, right? And then if we can do the upgrade mission to get it all the way to Perfected, Perfected has some really ridiculous stats on it. I mean, absolutely ridiculous, and it's going to be worth quite a bit of money. But also, at the same time we're doing this, we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because I'm doing the upgrade mission for the laptop, so I can get that crossover mission for Tulun, and hopefully get my crown someday that will give me 15% skill gain when crafting. So let me talk a little bit about the laptop mission. So like I said, after you talk to Pam and do all that junk, you will have your access card in your level 1 laptop. Well, then you'll do something and it'll say, okay, you need a level 2 laptop. So to get the level 2 laptop, literally all you do is you just come hunt these things. Now you can hunt any mob, it doesn't have to be a specific mob, but the thing is, these mobs tend to make it the easiest. These mobs tend to make it a little bit easier than some of the others. Everybody that I've talked to that has done this so far has done it with these mobs right here. So that is something to take into consideration. Hold on, I don't want to get too close to these guys. There we go. So essentially, the first thing you have to do is get like a 12 terabyte hard drive, and you just hunt until you loot it. You go back, you turn in your level 1 laptop and your 12 terabyte hard drive, and it'll spit out a level 2 laptop, which is what I currently have. And then it'll say, well, now you need a level 3 laptop, so I've got to find laptop RAM. So it is something I will actually loot from the mobs. I will actually get it in my inventory, just like I have the laptop in my inventory, and just like I have the broken pieces in my inventory. Whenever I get a broken piece from the broken parts mission, here in a second, I will show you guys. So the thing about it is, guys, hold on, I might not be able to kill this one. Yeah, this one's going to give me trouble. So the thing about it is, see, that's what I'm saying, they just shred through you. I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can and get him away. Okay, good. So that's why I was trying to stick to the Gen 1s and the Gen 2s, because, I mean, they just shred through you here. So definitely I will be coming back with plates. Definitely. And if you've got a better FAP, it's obviously a good idea to use it, because, I mean, you saw how that just went for me. So, that being said, let me get back to where I was. To get all the way to the level 4 laptop, people are saying it is not that hard. To get to the level 2, it only took me probably 5 minutes. And I wasn't really trying that hard for the level 3. I also wasn't prepared for what I was going to face out here. From what I've heard from people, getting the level 4 laptop takes anywhere from 90 minutes of grinding these things to 3 one-hour sessions. Something like that. And then once you have the level 4 laptop, that's what's going to let you unlock the broken parts mission. So, something to keep in mind, if you are high enough level to come here and check this out and do this, something that you will want to remember is think about what I'm telling you. You need to loot stuff that is an item, not oil, not shrapnel, not, the basics, right? And you also have a chance at looting an unlimited armor part, which will then be used for the upgrade mission later. So think about what I'm telling you. Everything I'm telling you about DSEC 9 is more or less designed to say that if you are coming to DSEC 9, the higher efficiency you can have, the better your setup, the higher efficiency weapons you have, that is what this place is more or less designed for, guys. So I wanted you guys to see it because I know there's a lot of players out there that have recently heard about it or will recently hear about it, and I wanted you guys to get to see it firsthand. I also wanted you to know that these things really hit like a truck. I mean, it is impressive how hard these things hit. And it's because of the damage types that they're doing. Ghost armor should give me a decent amount of protection. And I'm probably going to die again before I even get this stupid thing killed. Yep, I'm going to die again. And I'm dead. Yep. So it's going to take one more flying out. And that's why I don't mess with the Gen 3s. That's why I stick to the Gen 1s. So if you're a new player or a low-level player, DSEC 9, unfortunately, is probably not going to be for you. If you are a higher level player, DSEC 9 very well might be where you guys decide to spend a lot of your time. It is kind of cool. I like a lot of the things that they're doing here that they haven't done in a while in-game, or the way that they're implementing it. It's just different, and it goes really well with a lot of the stuff in Entropia. But again, not necessarily designed for the low-level players. So, one thing I want to do before we go is I want to try and loot some broken robot parts to show you guys. I'm surprised I haven't looted any yet, even though I'm still looking for the piece to upgrade my laptop. The broken parts tend to drop pretty often. I did notice yesterday that I didn't find like one of each. I found the same ones over and over, and that makes sense if we think about it from an upgrade standpoint. If you are lucky enough to loot the basic DSEC armor, it only has like 5 protection for cold, acid, and electric. By the time you get it all the way to perfected, you're talking like 50, 50, 50 on the specials and 12, 12 on like shrapnel and impact. So it's pretty freakishly good armor whenever you get it all the way to perfected. And as you guys know, not much armor in this game gets all the way to perfected, right? So the question is, what is the hard part of upgrading it? Well, from my experience yesterday, the hard part is going to be 2 things. A, actually looting the armor itself, which is why those high efficiency weapons are going to matter, and why the people that have them are going to love this mission chain. And then number 2, having the right parts. So I'm assuming that whenever you want to take it from just the basic DSEC 9 armor to adjusted, it's probably going to require the broken parts that drop often. And then obviously when you, okay, so I just got a damaged 1 gig flash drive, so perfect timing. So if I go to my inventory over here, view info, I've got a damaged flash drive 1 gig. So they come in different gigs. Like I said, it's all about, it's computer based, pretty much, right? So I'm assuming something like a 1 gig, I think that's like the smallest one there is, that is most likely used to take you from regular armor to adjusted. And then the ones that are really, really hard to loot, that are going to take doing this mission over and over and over again, that I haven't even seen yet. The higher, the more gigs, the more terabytes it has, pretty much the harder it is to find as a broken piece, is what I'm gathering. And I'm assuming those are the ones that are needed to get you to perfected. Now, there is a kicker with the mining thing, where you turn the broken parts in and he fixes them for you. He can only do 1 part a day. Now again, I believe when it says per day, I believe what they're really talking about is, I believe they're really talking about every like 7 hours. I think he can fix a part, and then you can get that mission again after a 5-hour cooldown period also. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if I'm understanding the information I have correctly, that is how that works also. So technically you could get, 3, maybe 4 parts a day, if you were on it like white on rice, doing it every 7 hours exactly, which nobody's really going to do, right? But needless to say, even once you get the armor, even once you get the broken parts and start having them fixed and doing the mining mission also, it is going to take some time to get everything that you need, all the ingredients together, to actually turn them in and get the armor and then upgrade it to the next stage and the next stage and the next stage. So it's not something where it's going to happen quickly by any means. From what I'm hearing in the grapevine from people I've talked to, the hardest part of the entire thing is simply getting the armor to begin with, because it drops from the mobs. Now, what I do know from the officials over at Virtual Sense from what they've said, is any of the mobs on DSEC 9 can drop the armor. It's not a specific mob. Any of the maturities, any of the mobs. And also, they can drop any of the broken parts, and they can also drop what you need to upgrade the laptop. So it's not mob specific. None of it does seem to be. Now, something to keep in mind, guys, the best way to find information about this other than my channel, check out the forums. I put this in the video I shot yesterday. The forums are full of a lot of really good information, especially the Virtual Sense forum, where they take care of everything for Monria and Tulun and DSEC 9. And they've actually got a really, really good walkthrough over there that tells you about the Fix the Towers mission and the Meet Pam mission, and it gives you information on the armor and the protections and all that, even once it's upgraded. And it tells you, it literally walks you through the laptop mission. It's great. They've done a great job with it over there at Virtual Sense. So guys, if you have not gone to Virtual Sense, go to virtualsense.se, or is it SE? Hold on one second, I'll pull it up. I've got it right here. It is, sorry, virtualsense.eu/forum. virtualsense.eu/forum. And they keep that forum really updated. There's a lot of good threads in it, and not only do the devs do a good job. Hold on one second, guys. So today is apparently the day that my phone rings off the hook with spam calls while I'm trying to make a video about DSEC 9 for you guys. So I apologize about that. But check out the forum over at virtualsense.eu/forum, guys, because they keep it really, really up to date. The devs, especially Dark Moon Enigma, she does a really good job of keeping that thing updated. Also, check out the release notes when they do put out release notes, because that was my question to Dark Moon. I said, how are people finding out information before a lot of the other players even know these things exist? And she said, well, it's the hardcore players who watch the forums all the time that read the release notes. Well, I'll thumb through the release notes that Mindark has, but I'm not a big one to be on the forums because, as you guys know, I hate Planet Calypso forum. It is a cesspit. But the virtualsense.eu forum is absolutely amazing. Dark Moon does a great job with it. Also, she's got a lot of help from players who do these things very, very quickly, like Shadow Dragon. I think Shadow Dragon actually is the one that posted the thread about doing the laptop upgrade, which I'm currently doing at the moment. So thank you, Shadow Dragon. But guys, check that out because, I mean, it makes it super, super easy. There were a few things I had to figure out, like constantly going up to the second floor to talk to the NPC because it didn't give me the next waypoint, so I knew I was missing something. But it's minor details that if you've played for any amount of time, you'll be able to figure out pretty easily. So guys, before I get more spam calls for the day, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it right there because that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover anyway. So for everybody at earnped.com, I've been Stevie B, sip, sip, smack, smack, F the spam calls and the haters, and we will be back with more content for you guys later this week. Be sure and check out earnped.com because when you earn, we earn. That's the best way you guys can help support us. And be sure and keep getting those entries in for the RK0 competition. Even if you've already gotten an RK0, we have plenty more we will be giving away, and it helps us out more than you guys know. We've got a lot of stuff coming up in-game. Halloween Mayhem was mentioned a couple weeks ago in the Discord. Still no official word on it, but it usually doesn't come out for about a week before Halloween. It usually runs until middle of November, usually like November 12th to 14th, something like that. And keep in mind that Monria is going to be having a special event for Halloween. They always do a costume contest at the boxing ring, and they usually will do a special event where, you know, you can win prizes based off globals and Hoffs, and there's actually a thread where you can get a team registered ahead of time if you're wanting to participate in that. So guys, I will leave it right there for today. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back with more for you guys later this week. Take care, guys.